Hi folks, I'm Bruce Paulson and I'm going to show you really quickly how to do image SEO. This is what I do. It's a tremendous opportunity because most websites don't do this and you can get a lot of search traffic from image SEO. So the first thing you want to use is you want to use the smallest file size image you can get away with without losing resolution. And you'd be surprised, people put images that are way too big. One, you want to use in general uh, .jpgs instead of .pngs because JPEGs are smaller than .pngs. And also, there's a new stuff that has been out for a little bit, WebP. I don't know. Apparently, that's even smaller. Use the smallest one that you can use. The reason why is because it's a smaller amount of data to load, so your web page loads quicker, and that's important. So let's say you've got a JPEG and it's still too big. You want to make it smaller, right? So in this example, I found this image. So all I do is I Googled like file resizer or something, and I found, or in this case, I just did an internet search, and I found this Adobe. It's free. It's image resizer, whatever. So I load it into here, and then I just do 50%. Maybe you only want to minimize it by 25%. Maybe you want to minimize, maybe you can get away with 75%. Then you just download it, whatever. Pretty straightforward. The idea is you want to get it as small as you can without losing resolution. And you'd be surprised. Sometimes you can only minimize something like 15%. Sometimes you can minimize it 75%. So it really just depends. And you might have a much better way of doing that. I'm terrible with images and graphics, and I'm PC. Maybe Mac does it better. And plus, I don't know how really to work with that stuff. So that's all I do. But I get the image as small as I can without losing resolution to the human eye. Because it'll load quicker. Next up is the image file name. So in this particular instance, save image as. Look at this file name right here. Let's look at that. It's a beauty, right? So here we go, right? That's a heck of an image file name, right? So here's the thing. Um, what does this tell a machine, right? So you and I can look in this picture and be like, oh, that's a fisherman with a long sleeve t-shirt holding a fish that was caught with a hook and a rod, fishing rod, right? Well, a machine can't do that. A machine has to look at data. It can't form opinions. So it has to go off the data that you give it, right? So this is what the machine sees, right? It just sees all this stuff. So this is what the machine, it doesn't see the fish, it doesn't see the fisherman, doesn't see the hook. It sees that gobbledygook. So, what do you think gives more information to a bot, a machine, something that can't form opinions? Do you think this is better? Or do you think something like tarpon caught with a mullet fly .jpg? Which one do you think gives more information? Not only to a bot, but to a human, right? Both of them, in both human and bot cases, that one works better. It's more descriptive. And always use a dash, never use an underscore. And you want to use dashes, don't do that. And I forget why, I don't know. It's just easier for a machine to read like that. So just get used to doing the dashes, but tarpon caught with a mullet fly. The reason why I say that is because this is about top mullet flies to always carry. So I'm assuming that's a mullet fly. I got the tarpon from, I found the image alt text. Let's see. Alt equals. Is that the alt text I'm looking for? Ah, that's not it. Anyway, I guess, anyway, I'll show you. So, okay, so when you're naming the image file name, right? And anyway, so I got that it's a tarpon off the alt text. I don't know if it is or not. Anyway, it's just an example. So you can use this. This is where you want to get a keyword in there, right? So I'm assuming like mullet fly might be good, tarpon, caught, you know, and so this is where you want to get a keyword in, but you don't want to go crazy. You don't want to say like Mullet fly, mullet flies. Look at these mullet flies. You don't want to say it multiple times. Just do it once. Don't go crazy. No keyword stuffing, but get the keyword in there. Another thing you could do is like adding a brand name, right? So tarpon caught with a Rapala mullet fly. Again, if you know fishing, you might say I'm doing it wrong, but Rapala, whatever, I saw them when I was looking for this. So I assume that's a brand, whatever. But yeah, it's fine to get the brand in there too. Either of these gives way more information than this gobbledygook, right? And so so Google is going to be much more certain about what this is when someone's looking for mullet flies, and they're more likely to show this image than this mess right here. And nobody does a search for that. Okay, and so yeah, the alt text I found for that was nice sized tarpon caught on a fly. And that's actually really good alt text for that image. A couple examples I gave, they might not even be as good as that one, but large tarpon um, caught, whoops, using a mullet fly in the Florida Keys. Like you could add a destination. You want to go like longer and more. Basically, you just want to be descriptive. Describe what's going on. And no keyword stuffing here because you don't want to go crazy. Like just be descriptive right here. And actually, that might be a much better way to go than mine. But all images, you don't want to skip the alt text. You need to get it in there. Be descriptive. Longer is good. And no keyword stuffing. Okay, so that's for like a regular image. What about a product image, right? So here I found this one, like pelagic, premium UV, I don't know, whatever, t-shirt, right? That's the name of the t-shirt, right? So here's the file name for that, right? And it's that new image file I was talking about. And so that's okay, but like it's got this SMB web res front underscore large, right? But I mean, it looks like you could get this in multiple sizes. So maybe they're just talking about the image, so that large isn't useful. So a better file name would be like UV Gayuto fishing t-shirt, right? Because I'm assuming fishing is a keyword because this is like a fishing company that's fish, whatever. Um, so I'm assuming fishing would help them. So I get a keyword in there. But you notice how I'm not saying fishing t-shirt is a UV Gayuto for fishing, right? You don't want to keyword stuff. Just be natural, but get the keyword in there. Or you could be a little more descriptive and you could say UV Gayuto fishing t-shirt blue because this one is blue. It might, oh, yes, so there's white, right? So there's other ones. Um, but yeah, so that either of those are better file names. That's not horrible, but like you don't need this extra gobbledygook and it's not helpful. Oh, and so you could also add the brand name. So the brand name is pelagic, UV fishing t-shirt blue, whatever. So the image alt text was premium UV Gayuto fishing t-shirt zoom dash one. And then I saw other ones and it was zoom dash two, zoom dash three. You don't need that garbage. Would be a better way to do it is premium UV Gayuto uh, t-shirt in blue or front view of the premium, right? Because like a lot of times, so like that's the front. So you got to do this for each image, right? You got to change it up. Each file name, each one, every image that you put on the website, you want to do this to. So like this one, the alt text might be view of the top and what is that called? Like the neck of the t-shirt. Don't keyword stuff when you're doing the alt text, but be descriptive. And it's okay to be a little bit longer tail. And that's it. That's basically how you win online uh, with image optimization. You can pull in a ton more searches for e-com store, everything. I mean, image optimization is huge for everything, but especially something like e-com. It's got so many images. But all this stuff is where a bot comes to look for information. And you want to give the bot information to help it understand what your web page is about. Okay, I hope you found that helpful.